I just wanted to introduce myself. My name is Beth Riley, and I am with the Flamingo Group, and I'm a realtor. And our team has been very interested in the building of green homes. And the start of this is with Joe Pasma from Intercept, and he's the national sales manager for the Intercept Incorporated. I have lots of questions for you, Joe. Could you tell me a little bit of how this is installed? Because when we first talked about it, these are good videos for this or good pictures for this. But when we talked before, you said it's kind of like putting together Legos.
Yes, what you see, the center picture is a good example, or the one on the right is a good example of that. The panel itself will, at the factory, we'll shape the panels so we'll laminate the panel first, and then depending on where it's used in the structure, it may be just a rectangular piece, or you can see in the right-hand picture on the gable ends, the triangular piece that makes that gable end. We can actually cut that shape into place or into the piece of the panel itself. And then the lifting devices, you see telescopic handlers dropping the pieces into place. So really, it does become like a giant Lego set that you're putting together in the field.
Wow. So basically, you make a design ahead of time. The design probably is pretty important because then you're going to cut out all the different panels and put them together to create the house. Is that correct?
Yes, and that's one of the things. One of the buzzwords in today's building environment is offsite construction and panelized offsite construction. Well, it's pretty easy to see in the middle picture, and again on the right-hand side, the panel itself as it's hanging or sitting on that lifting device being put into place. So that's the panelized side of that. The offsite construction comes from the manufacturing and the shaping of that final laminated piece that we do at the factory. So we'll use typically a 6-inch panel, a nominal 6-inch panel for the walls.
Mm-hmm.
And roof panels, it's hard to see in the picture because it's relatively small, but on the right-hand side, that's probably a 10 or a 12-inch thick roof panel. And then as the panels differ in thickness, so does the R values. And those R values then are determined to match the energy codes that we have to build by. So here in the Minneapolis area of Minnesota, we're typically looking at an R21 for the walls. Well, the SIP panels are about an R22 to R24. And the roof panels, that 10-inch panel is an R38, or the 12-inch panel is closer to R50. And again, the two things from a roof panel standpoint that you take into account are the R value and the structural strength itself. So you can see in that right-hand picture, there's a ridge beam up at the top of the gable. So the roof panel can span from that exterior wall all the way up to the ridge, which then makes for a vaulted ceiling. And it opens up the space inside the room for that. And again, you can see that the panels then are used for that exterior envelope of the building.
So basically what you're saying is the walls are a little bit less insulated than the roof is.
Yes, and that matches what the energy codes show. They have the building codes have a prescriptive methodology. They dictate or show us what that installation value should be, and then we match that with the panel based on where it is that you're building. If you go up to the far northern parts of Minnesota, that R value may be required to be a little bit higher than down in the southern part of the state.